A2IM, the collective voice of independent music.
All right, so a question I hear often is, how do I get popular on YouTube and how do I grow my channel? Well, I think it's a valid question. I think the most important question to ask first is, how can I utilize a platform's unique aspects and how does my content fit there? And I want to showcase this by telling more about our journey through YouTube and how we use a YouTube first approach to build our label. So 7.5 years ago, I just got my bachelor's degree in international business. And I was living in the countryside in the Netherlands with my parents still, and I didn't really have too much of a direction. I spent a lot of nights with a friend of mine who still lived there, and we would scour SoundCloud and Bandcamp looking for new music. And we stumbled upon this music, which was like the chill instrumental beats. And we really liked it, but there wasn't really much to be found about this music. So I had the idea to share this music with others and to provide a service for the artist and learn a lot in the process. And I've always been sort of a computer nerd in a way. I've built a lot of communities through gaming, spent quite some time with Photoshop and with video editing. So YouTube was a great platform for me because I could utilize all of what I've learned. So from 2013 to 2015, I spent most of my time just talking to artists, finding music, pairing visuals with it, and building a YouTube channel. I talked to the audience and kind of see what they liked and what they didn't like. So in 2015, I decided to transition into a label because I felt like we could do more for the music. And I also felt like, just promoting the music, we couldn't really do as much for it as we'd liked. And we'd already built quite a decent audience through the YouTube channel. So it felt like a natural step. So now in 2020, we're a team of 25 people, half of them working from Rotterdam in the Netherlands and half of them remote. We have close to 3 million subscribers on our YouTube channel. And last year we passed 1 billion streams on Spotify in 1 year. And I think some of you might recognize ChillHop through our mascot, which is the raccoon from like YouTube live streams or Spotify playlists. So I think the YouTube first approach set us apart as a label because it sort of diminishes the reliance on third parties for getting traffic. So we have our own channel. Every time we upload something, we can sort of guarantee that people see it and that a certain amount of people see it. And for us, that was great because every time we could build that up and we weren't really relying on these third parties, and YouTube played a huge part there. So I want to talk a little bit about what makes YouTube unique. And for me, the biggest part of what makes YouTube unique is the user focus. So on one side, it's the social interaction. So you have the comments, you have, the live chats on live streams, you have upvotes, downvotes, and you can talk to the community through the community posts on YouTube. And on the other hand, it's also the fact that there's very little human interference in terms of controlling user behavior. So there's these algorithms, but these algorithms are based on the user behavior. And a second point is that it gives you space to really be creative. So it's audio, but it's also visual. You can talk to people, you can live stream. There's a lot of ways to really build and tell the story, which I think is really important for a label, right? I also think YouTube is a very accessible platform. I don't think you need a lot to be able to access YouTube. You don't need an account. You can just open up the web page, and that's why it's one of the reasons why YouTube has such a massive audience. And what also makes YouTube unique is that you have the feeling that you're really building something. So you have the channel, you have subscribers, and you see every time you upload a new video, you get more traffic or a faster boost in the beginning, which also triggers the algorithm. So you really feel like you're building something. And I feel like for me, that's still the major difference between YouTube and other platforms like Spotify, which to me sometimes feel more like an end station. They have their own strong points as well, but it's really hard to build something with an audience because if your music gets heard by a lot of people there's not really ways to really communicate with those people afterwards. This is what I think makes YouTube really unique. So to hammer this point home, I'll give an example of how we really utilize this. So in 2015, we were one of the first channels on YouTube to start 24/7 live stream. And basically it was just a playlist of music and animation that went with it. And I ran it from a computer from my home that was just running 24/7. And it has a live chat, so a lot of people hung out there. And it really showcases utilizing a platform to the best of your abilities, because the YouTube algorithm really favors retention time. So the longer people stay in a video, or in this case, a live stream, the more YouTube recommends these live streams to other people in the feed and in recommended videos and so on. And because people really stuck around for a long time, they were either chatting in the chat room, or they were putting it on in the background as they studied or were just chilling. The retention time for these live streams was really high, and it got recommended everywhere. And the feature is, one of the biggest sources for growth of like the genre or the lo-fi hip hop genre that we're in. And it really showcases how powerful it can be when you really utilize the unique factors or aspects of a specific platform. So for me, this is a great showcase of how powerful it can be when you utilize these aspects creatively. So I think it really hammers the point home that the most important thing is learning what a platform is about and why the users are there. Because in the end, the users are there for the unique aspects of that platform. So it makes sense to create content that fits with what people are looking for and why they're there. And I think even today, I still approach things and new platforms in the same way. So for example, now you have TikTok, which is really popular, and people are like, oh, we have to jump on TikTok. But we're really trying to learn what the platform is about, what the users are about, and how that actually fits with what we're doing. And I think that's really, really important. And we really view all platforms in the same way, where we kind of get to know what makes sense on that platform and what the unique aspects of that platform are, and to try and see the challenge in sort of seeing where the overlap is. Because I feel like we are in a creative industry, and we have sort of the responsibility to put out awesome creative content and not sort of hack our way to the top. And I feel like the best approach is still to look at the platform or the canvas that you have at hand, and to try and create and showcase beautiful creative content by utilizing this canvas to the best of your abilities. So thanks, and go out and create.